gentlemen, welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's Chattin with the Captain. I am the Captain, RG3. How in the hell is everybody doing tonight? Fired up. Captain's fired up. This is going to be a cool stream. I get this dude's like one of my peeps, man. It's this, kindred spirit. We hit it off on we were in a Twitter Spaces with CZ one morning, something like that, and we just hit it off. We just creeped and crawled in some of the same places in life, and really cool getting to meet him and know him. And tonight's going to be cool. So anyway, let me say hi to everybody in the chat room before we get started. Sasha Tager, hey, welcome, new member, huh? Welcome. Frosty Dog, yo, what's up? D'Artagnan, hey, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Robert Kelleher, Melv, Tony, OG, Crispy, Bugsy, A Sloth, what's up? If you guys haven't seen, or if you haven't gone to Crypto Sloth's YouTube yet, go to his YouTube, like, comment, subscribe on his stuff. New up and coming Hexagon with freaking brains, man. This guy is really smart and just a good Hexagon. Another one of our own doing well out there. So and plus I just did a stream with him, so you can watch a stream that we just did. Exercise, yo, what's up, dude? What's up, my man? Oh, yeah, you guys are killing it, man. Look at the Captain is like just shredding away, dude. Just shredding. Well, I shouldn't say shredding away, melting away. Shreds come later when I get more gym time in, but working on it. Chase Jonathan, welcome. Hex Aha, Alan Hackett, Elliot, Torin, yo, thank you. Hey, RG3, yeah, yep. Who else? Sir Edward Tricombe. What's up? Hex Phoenix. A wild SJ appears. And here she is, SJ in the house. DB Cooper. Welcome, everybody. Awesome to have you. And without any wasting of time, you know what? I can't say the guy's name. Let's see. I want to make a mention. This guy Al-Zawahi, whatever. I shouldn't even say his fucking putrefied name. So we got us one of the dirty sons of bitches that have been out there murdering thousands of women and children and men throughout the years in the terrorist organization of Al-Qaeda. So good riddance to you, you dirty pig fucking son of a bitch. I'm glad you're gone. And that's all I can say. The world is a little bit better today because you are not breathing on it. And that's the end of that. But I ain't going to get all into it. But being a Marine, I am happy when they do get some of those sons of bitches, because that man is responsible for a lot of deaths, not only just soldiers, but civilians all around the world, not just in the United States, but part of the 9/11 and just about every terrorist act since like the late 80s. This guy's been involved in, and they finally nailed that son of a bitch. So good riddance to you. Anyway, let's see. With all that, I'm going to bring up my new buddy, and his name is Trevor Sarver. He's going to talk about his businesses and stuff too. But he was once, I believe, he was the lead guitarist for a band called The Wedding, which toured with Korn and just tore up the 90s with all those guys. So without any further ado, my buddy Trevor Sarver, how you doing, bud?
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just ready to chop it up with you, man. Talk about Hex and all kinds of other crap. We don't have to. I know we were having some fun in the green room talking about our war stories from the rock and roll days and everything. We don't have to get into too much of that. If you
no, dude, we're for the folks watching or listening or whatever. Like literally right before this, dude, I was telling RG3 about a tour story where we all ate the tacos, and it was a bad deal. Literally, the entire bus was shitting themselves.
And that was in my neighborhood, actually.
I'm not even joking, man. Like, I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. Like, it was probably one of the worst nights of like food poisoning that I had ever experienced. I mean, dude, we had like. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into like too much. The girls would be like, "Nah, bro, no." But no, man, I'm stoked to be here, dude. Stoked to chat with you. you know, I kind of peeked my head out of nowhere, you know, with this whole Hex thing. And then once I realized how strong the community was, dude, I was like, I'm into this. Like, I'm into this. I've been wanting to be a part of something, you know what I mean? Like, and it feels good, dude. I mean, you know, every community has its ins and outs, quirks, and all that bullshit. But like, man, you guys are the real deal. And I'm definitely proud to say that, you know, I'm finally a part of it. And yeah, man, my role in all this has just been to like exhaust what connections I might have to benefit the community and just make relationships, man, not contacts. So.
That's what it's all about, because you know, and I say it time and time again, that crypto was supposed to be developed, marketed, and brought to the world by its community, by the community that gets behind it and actually, you know, supports it, endorses it, embraces it, checks it all out, makes sure it's safe for consumption, and then delivers it to the world, you know. And this community has done that better than any community out there. And then we just keep getting more and more quality, you know, Hexicans, we call ourselves, you know, like yourself, just coming in and onboarding more and more quality people. And just, you know, it's starting to conflagrate. And that's because Hex has a solid track record. It's a good crypto. You know, it really was what crypto was supposed to be, you know, from the beginning.
Dude, and it's wild. And I thankfully I never like questioned. You know what I mean? Like I just kept diving in. And you know, when you get roasted enough, you know, we talked about this on our Twitter spaces, but like, dude, you lose enough, and you finally start to think like, all right, how do I win in this damn crypto thing? Like, I don't get it, man. Either you're rugged or you buy the top or whatever, you know. And but no, man, having the Hex community, having like people that, you know, amazing resources, and also I know this might sound kind of like just dumb, but or just entry level, but having a freaking just a use case or whatever you want to call it with staking, you know, and how you can like completely control everything is remarkable. It's something to do. Like it has purpose, it has utility, obviously, but the utility that it has is just out of control, man. And so I don't know, man. I've been telling all my homies about it, clients, friends. I onboarded my new my neighbor the other day. Just yeah, man, crazy.
So let's step back real quick. So you gotta give everybody your introduction story. So first, give me your introduction story to crypto. Period. Like, how did you end up into crypto? So Rockstar, you know, turned entrepreneur, goes into crypto. How did that happen?
Yeah, my CTO at the time was like, he came in my office and he was like, bro, did you see, you know, Bitcoin's at whatever it was, like $1,000 or something. And I can't remember. And you know, and I was like, oh, you know, whatever. I'll buy some, you know. And I went in and dude, honestly, kind of forgot, you know what I mean? Back in those days, it was like, if you weren't all in, you were not really in, you know? And like, and so anyway, yeah, man, bought some Bitcoin, wrote it up to about 58, something like that. Like, you know, I forgot about it for a long time and then saw it and then just held on, diamond handed it and happened to sell near the top. And so, you know, or whatever it was. And, or no, it was the first top, but whatever it was, I can't remember, dude. It's been so long, but bought some Bitcoin, sold some Bitcoin, turned me on to cryptocurrency whenever I was like, yo, this pays for motorcycles and like, this is dope. And so, yeah, I bought some of my house with the profits and it was really life-changing that idea that there was this thing that I made an investment in, it had gone up that fast, you know? And like, I got lucky. I'm not some fancy chart master, no little mini RH over here, nothing, but like I just got lucky, man. And it was probably the greatest thing that could have happened to me because I realized the importance of it at that point. And so then I just chilled for a long time, dude. And then my homie Wes, you know, hollered at me in regards to Hex. And then I was like, you know, I was just all in, man, you know? So once I did my research, I was like, this is unreal. And it's crazy. Here's the nuts part is that I did not know about Wes had told me about Richard Hart, or I'm sorry, about Hex and about the staking and staking ladders and this, that, and the other. But he never told me about Richard Hart, and I actually found out about Richard through, I'm a watch enthusiast, and I found out about Richard through him doing a stream with Nico, and that's because I'm not some, like I said, some Hex OG dude or whatever, but yeah, man, it was I was like, who the hell is this dude with the freaking throne, and like he's just spitting facts. Like I can't deny this. Like I want, like I can't. It's just truth. And then I was like, yo, this dude is the truth. And then at one point, yeah, somebody said, does anybody how did it happen? Something about corn, and I was like, yeah, my best friend is in that band. And I'm like, I'll hook it up. And next thing you know, I was able to connect, Richard with, Head over at Corn, and now he's I'm getting him connected a couple other places through a couple clients, but we'll talk about that later. But that's my story, man. I basically jumped in Bitcoin, kind of forgot about it, and then realized I had it, and then sold a decent, pretty much all of it, and then and I was like, all right, cool. And then I found out about Hex after, I had some real shitty situations, man, where you buy a coin, think it's gonna go up, goes down, whatever. Like we've all been there, man. Come on. And so it was a breath of fresh air to find out about Hex and be like, holy shit, this is that easy? Like there's no way. Like literally, like, am I just the dumbest guy in the room? But like I like to put things in a dumb way. But I tell my friends this, I'm like, yo, this dude Richard and his homies basically said, hey, computer, we're going to put a bunch of money in you, but we want you to take that and do this to it and make a lot of it. and when I tell my friends that, then they're like, oh, I get it. And then you start to actually, like, more in an educational way, tell them about staking. You know what I mean? It's pretty rad.
So what was, so when you were doing your research, what was the aha that just made you go, holy shit, this is the thing, man. This is it.
Dude, it was the big pee-pee. That was it. I'm just kidding. Okay. No, it was the aha for me was the compounding interest and just the general idea of realizing, oh my God, like, what helped me, and this is a major kudos to those guys. I don't know who's building all these different sites, for people to like plan out Hex staking ladders. I think it was like I want to say Crypto Coffee has put it up a couple times. I've seen it on his videos. Anyway, that was a big game changer for me to visually see my money and to control my finances right there. And in a conservative fashion or not, however you see fit, you can like click and drag and mess around with all your stakes and whatnot. I can't remember the freaking website it was. When I could see it in a visual way, it kind of clicked, man, for me. I've gotten lucky. I might be smart deep down, but and somewhere, I don't know, but I've just kind of gotten lucky, bro. And I'm easily impressed. So, but with Hex, man, it was like Hex is just kind of dummy proof. Like you don't have to be smart to know that it works. So,
yeah, it was more for me. It was Richard and his attitude and just that I trusted the guy. Like you said, it's like he's down. You could tell he's just a down dude, right? It's like this guy he's the truth, and that was what drew me into it. And I was like, I've seen a lot of fast talkers out there. I'm seeing a lot of people that are faking the funk, and Richard wasn't faking the funk. And that's why I think we get a lot of times we get accused of being a cult, Richard fans or whatever. But it's like, no, you guys don't understand. This guy is spitting knowledge and giving it freely and speaking the truth to the shit that's been screwing everybody up for, the last 10 years. Yeah. So all these scams and all this bull crap and all these broken coins and broken chains and everything that's out there that ain't worth the crap. Yeah. He pulled the covers off of them and said, here, I'm going to show you what it's supposed to look like. Bam, here's Hex. Oh shit. Wow. And to this day, even some smart people, like I was in Twitter, and there's a guy that I like on Twitter. His name's Biddy. and I follow him, and he's been a real cool dude. He's got a great kind of pan crypto view, and one of his people were in there tweeting today and like throwing shit out there about Hex that other people have wrote. So here's a crypto guy that is depending upon another, just some crypto guy, to write something for them to spit out as truth. And the whole article was bullshit.
Right.
You can tell the guy's biased, first of all. So he doesn't like Richard. So he's slamming Richard instead of giving an objective view of what Hex was. And the argument was that half of the coins being minted were going to Richard, and they weren't sure if that was still happening. Well, that's not the truth. It was half the coins went to an originating address during the adoption amplifier period, which if they had done their research, they would understand that was the mechanism that actually generated the De Beers model that Hex follows, that is making it as valuable as it is. All those coins being held off on the side give Hex even more value. And the OA does that through like a De Beers model. And they didn't understand that. But us Hexicans, we know, because Richard, and they said Richard hid the fact that these coins were going to him. And first of all, they weren't going to him. They were going to an address called the OA. So we don't know who owns them, whether it's Richard or somebody else or an entity, or they're locked in there for good or whatever, and they can only come out of certain functions. We don't know. So they didn't do that part of the research. And then they said that, he was the one minting these for himself. And it's just completely not true. And Richard has from the beginning told us that, hey, this is how it functions. The adoption amplifier is going to give half the tokens to the OA address and then mint the rest out to the public. And it wasn't hidden at all. It was a known fact to all of us as we were operating within the adoption amplifier in the first year of Hex when it was launching. And it wasn't hidden, but they said he did. And they do this constantly. And it's still,
it's unbelievable.
Circulating.
I saw it, earlier in the article. There was one today or a couple of days ago, whatever it was. But I am starting to see the narrative kind of, even the short amount of time that I've kind of been involved here, man, I'm starting to see the narrative kind of change a little bit. People are slowly, I'm not going to say a ton because there's still these dipshits out here that just literally just want to just make a stupid comment on Twitter because they're bored in their parents' basement. But the narrative is changing, I believe, man. It's slowly, people are really starting to see that this Richard guy is no fucking joke. All right.
Ain't no joke. And that's the other thing. Even as they're fudding him, they're saying, yeah, but Richard's he spits some knowledge, he really does spit some knowledge. So now they're praising him and, throwing old recycled information out there that, fell on deaf ears a long time ago, especially with the community here, but they always give him his props, and that's like you said, it's that narrative is starting to change. It's starting to flip. And it wasn't something that was going to happen overnight. It was going to take time,
And dude, and he understands it too. As far as that was one of the cool things, man. Whenever I heard about the corn thing and connected him and all that kind of stuff, dude, I just DM'd him and he hit me right back and was like, "Yo, I'll hit you up on Telegram." And next thing you know, man, it was me, him, and Head from Porn just sitting there. I went over to Head's house and I went over there and we just got on the couch and we were just talking. And, dude, Richard was kind enough just to do a one-on-one stream and answer our noob questions, right? Just the dumbest, and dude, no offense at all. I don't care how long you've been in fucking Hex or PulseChain coming up, or all that Die Hard, blah, blah, blah. I am a firm believer in what Richard says, which is the greatest thing you can simply do is just to participate. And that's a big merit to just participate. It's $500, man. And Richard treated me like that. And it was really cool, man. And so we had that one-on-one with him, and dude, he answered all of our questions and made us feel so as future participants at the time who would generate or who would, generously be involved. He just took the time out of his day, man, just to talk with us for a little bit. And bro, you know, guys that are in bands get that. We don't care how much money you have. You know, like that was one thing I think I got from them in my touring days was that like you really get to the heart of the person. Like I get it, man. You got tattoos. I get it. You're cool. I get it. You can shred on guitar. And I get it. A lot of people know who you are. But you know, who are you really? You know, and
yeah,
dude, it was so dope. That stream meant the world. It'll never see the light of day, you know. But I got it, whatever. But you know, it meant the world to me and meant the world to Head. And then they were able to hang out in Denmark, you know. So you just never know where this crypto thing's going to take you either. Like it's and Head will tell you too. At the time, for him, you know, and I'm just using him as an example, right? There's multiple people we're starting to see that are maybe more on the celebrity status that are getting involved in Hex. And sure, man, whenever you have a name and you have you know a lot of stuff you've worked for that you could lose if you back certain things. I mean, that's a very real concern from people of notoriety or fame or whatever you want to call it. That's a real concern because they're putting their name behind something. And a lot of these little pleb Twitter kids, dude, they don't realize that, like, hey, man, this guy has a family and mouths to feed, and every step he makes is in regards to making sure those mouths are fed
and hit the gold ring. You know, it's like when you do finally make it like that. You know, like everybody, oh, you're an overnight success. You're in Corn. You're you know, in the wedding or whatever. It's like, no, do you don't understand? I busted my ass as a kid, learned how to play guitar, and I did all these stupid bands that I was in that never made it, and then yeah, I got a band in it and it did well, you know, and then I had to play the game. So there was work and all kinds of stuff involved to get that goal. I don't want to give up that ring, man. That thing is important to me. And here's what I've learned about people with stature and money and value and what I see is, and this is a saying that's around everywhere, but it says people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Like I want to see somebody care, like you said, Richard. Like he showed he cared. Like he wasn't coming at you guys with knowledge somewhere. He said, "Hey, look, man, I'm going to take a time out of my day because I know how important this is to you guys and your influence, and I'm going to show you how much I care, and I'm going to take my time and give it to you." Yeah. And that's what's important, you know. And then okay, now I'm open to what it is you have to teach me. So let's hear it.
It's crazy because, man, when you even regardless of crypto, man, if you're watching this or whatever, like you just treat a human, you know, treat a damn human like a human. It's amazing what'll happen. It's really incredible. You're just a good fucking dude, you know, and like look after another bro, like, and just treat them like the way that they think that the way that they deserve to be treated as a human. It's amazing what happens. It's amazing. And like, because you know, versus, you know, I said it earlier, but it's just like a one-liner I say or whatever, but you know, don't make contacts, you know, make relationships, you know, and hold those relationships tight the best you possibly can. I'm not perfect at it, but man, I can tell you what, dude, I'm so thankful I wasn't a total douchebag. I was a douchebag at points. I was a douchebag, but like, I'm so glad I got out of that, bro. Like for real, you oh man, it's so liberating when you realize how minute you really are. You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I get it.
Really liberating, man. It doesn't matter how much money or fame you have at that point. You know, we can go on that topic for days, bro. But like, it's you know, I'm always in the pursuit of something real and organic myself. You know, and that's like something relatively new in the past like 5 years, man. It's just, you know, you know, like the reason, for example, like I'll just go off into a totally different tangent here. The reason I'm so passionate about Hex and like finances in general, it's not because I want to be rich or not just rich, but like it's not just because I want to flex on people and be a total D-bag or whatever. It's because I want to give, like for real. I'm not joking, dude. Like benevolence is. Giving is like, dude, I could go on for days on that topic, man, about like, dude, you give, like bless others, man. Find people in need that need it. Find organizations. Find the person down the street that wasn't able to, you know, pay for their groceries or whatever. And like, you've been given this tool of Hex, you know, to generate that yield, to, to bless others. That's my interpretation, or one of my many interpretations of the product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's for me. So here's what tripped me out with Hex is it's like I've always been, I'm going to secure my family, of course, take care of mine first. And I'm not talking about Ferraris and mansions and stuff like that. I'm talking about a solid future secured for me and my family. That was kind of like my financial success point. And then anything beyond that was going to be for me to help others. And I have my wife and I have an organization that we help addicted mothers find a place to stay with their kids and stuff, and we support that place. And then also my niece works an autistic program here in Huntington Beach, and we support her cause too. But then something else happened in the Hex community, and something that happened with me, and like I was, after I got out of the music industry and Hollywood and all that, I became a millwright. So blue collar worker, went out and threw chains and moved machinery for 30 years, busting my hump and all that kind of stuff. But what changed for me was my direction of taking this and just giving back to people from my bag turned into, with this streaming thing and with this outreach thing, turned into, hey man, all these guys that I've been working with, all these guys I see out here that are struggling, I can get Hex in front of them and help even more people.
Right.
If I can get this product in front of more people, if I can do things that are going to make awareness that, this is better than money. This is better than 401ks. This is better than any savings plan you can get out there. And this could take you out of, adverse poverty. Even though you worked your whole life and you worked your freaking life to the bone and you have nothing to show for it. This is something that can help you get out of that, and I want to take that to the world now, that as my giving back. It's one thing to drop some ducats on somebody, but it's another thing to be able to give tools. What's that, teach a man to fish kind of thing, to be able to give tools to people to fix their situation and bring awareness to this thing called Hex,
Dude, it's crazy, man. Just yesterday, dude, there's this kid in the neighborhood. I say kid, he's like 26, 27 years old. I see him outside, we're talking and all that other stuff. And then finally he was like, all right, why are you here? And I'm like, by the way, for those of you watching, I'm in Puerto Rico, of all places. And, I'm a freaking Southern white dude in Puerto Rico. Come on, why do you think I'm here? But no, man, I got to spend time with this kid, and I have spent time with him. Sorry. And he's just a good dude. And I was able to show him how to get MetaMask, and he staked his first, 5555. And I shot him a little bit of cash on his wallet to get him started and stuff. And dude, it was cool, man. But like, it's wild, man. When you see it click for people, that's one of the coolest moments, dude. And whether it was that kid or my other buddy, out in where I'm not going to dox him anyway. My other buddy was a CEO at a company, throwing in like couple mil deep, just at prices about a month or two ago, but not even sweating it, bro. Like, that's part of my story too, dude. Is like, yo, I'm being outspoken, kind of throwing myself out there vulnerably, but like, dude, at the same time, I've got other things that bring me income and stuff like that, so I'm all right, right? But like I'm not sweating any buys. I bought like 10 grand the other day, and then another 8 grand just the other day, and like, and to me, I'm just like gobbling Hex. That's pretty much all I'm doing. I don't really have like a DCA. No, I'm kidding. I have a strategic plan, but like,
you gobble cost average, right?
Just dollar cost. Fuck it, give me it all. Just. But no, man. And that's like, if anybody. But if anybody has questions, my only thing is like, I love telling people like, yo, when's the last time you invested in a crypto that had like some sort of, like, you could do something with it, right? Like, oh, I've never done that, and You explain them Hex, and it's just freaking crazy. But nah, man, I had a list of stuff over here. What was it? I'm curious about you. You're you, dude. So hold on.
That's not how an interview's still supposed to work. But
I know, right? I know. No. I just had I had a bunch of stuff. You know what? I'm gonna let us roll with it because I think we're covering most of it. Other than I heard you were a massive Biden supporter. Is that right?
I'm so when it comes to politics, I'm like Switzerland, man. I could care less about any of that
dude,
stuff.
I get it, bro. I get it.
What I care about is policy and crypto policy.
You know what?
It's like
it's just nuts, bro. Like when you I was one of my buddies, he's a Hex dude. He came over to the house the other day. I was showing him the video. And at one point, not to be like back to Richard or whatever, but he like started talking.
Uh-oh, froze up. Trevor, come back. You froze. All right, everybody. Trevor froze. He's probably going to have to come back in. Oh, wait. There he is. He's back.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. Hey, it's Puerto Rico internet.
It's at Puerto Rico internet, right?
Well, I'm working with, dude. Actually, no, I just got Starlink, like Elon Musk.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Crap. I ordered it. I paid for the the installment or whatever. And, and they haven't, I guess it's got to come to your area or whatever.
Dude, it's
very cool.
It's working. It's working all right, So, but I do have a little bit of issue every now and then. But I don't even remember what I was talking about now.
You're talking. We were getting into the deep dark recesses of politics.
Oh yeah, no. Richard was talking about the voting system. Okay, why do you have to vote one person? Why can't you be like, okay, if you're top 3, and if that, then you have to do. You know what I mean? Just little. It's like little complex things like that just start your thought process to think, oh, there's other options. Like for real, there really are. It's like actually attainable.
It's just a matter of pushing the status quo into a better way of thinking, though. For instance, Citizens United, I talk about this often, is what screwed our election system up. It's made it to where we can't legislate and we can't write policy ourselves anymore. It's written by the interests, the moneyed interests. So K Street allows these lobbyists to write our legislation for us, stick it in the pockets of the congressman and say, go get that shit passed or else we ain't going to get you reelected next year. Go on, Scooter. And that's our politics, which is freaking sucks, man. Really sucks.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this whole thing is a joke. I mean, literally right now, as we sit here and stream, there's a lot of shit. Like, there's really a lot of shit contingent on, solely contingent on a drunk lady named Nancy right now. like literally. Like that's the cold hard truth, bro. Like whether you like it red or blue, I don't care. Here's the truth, and the truth is, right now there's a drunk bitch named Nancy Pelosi who's flying around pissing people off in other countries right now. It's crazy, man. It's a damn concept.
Yeah. And the sad thing is that she really doesn't have anything to do with policy.
Literally nothing.
She's a figurehead to either prop up or hate. That's all she is. And she means nothing in the scheme of things, because the scheme of things gets things done the way they want things done, and she has nothing to do with it. And so
she would never insider trade, nor ever. But they're all allowed to is what's the craziest thing is, like, they're allowed to. Like, dude, they've all been caught doing it, and they let them keep doing it, and it's just it's. What are you gonna do? It's like,
I know. I
don't.
Thank God they're not in crypto taking our insider trading away from us.
Dude, yeah, right? For real. Yeah, they could, dude. We're like, honestly, people freak out about the government and stuff. I think we're way ahead of these idiots. We're so ahead of them. It's ridiculous.
They don't even have a clue about what's going on. All they know is that it's coming, it's big, and they can't control it. And it's scaring the shit out of them.
If you tried to explain DeFi to one of those guys,
they hardly understand crypto. Hardly understand.
I mean, my first thing that I said whenever I found out about the PulseX buy and burn, I was like, "How is this legal?" This thing is so sick.
I mean, right? It's like I always tell the story that, Bitcoin proved a concept that we could stop the double spend and we can trade peer-to-peer currency or a cash system outside of the banking system securely. And that's all it did. And now the next step was Ethereum, and Ethereum proved that we could program this shit to do cool stuff. And therein lies the whole magic of crypto, is when Ethereum said, okay, here's smart contracts, guys, have at it. And because of that action right there, we have Hex.
Literally.
And so, I mean, everybody touts Bitcoin, but to be honest, Ethereum is what made Hex able to exist. And, it deserves its props for that.
Dude, 100%. But man, I will say that was the last couple of days, finding out about Vitalik dumping on everybody at the top. Like,
oh, you just heard about that, huh?
Well, I've not just heard about it, I guess, but like it just I saw another few tweets about it. But damn, dude, like can we
like nothing?
Like it's
nobody says anything about it.
Like that's guys. Like, come on, man. That's not a small. That's not. I don't care how many pony T-shirts the kid wears and how much food he doesn't eat. Like it doesn't matter to me. Like,
where's the skinny shaming for this little son of a bitch?
Hey, man, I can get back all day out here. But dude, but seriously, where's the fucking justice here? Like, come on, that's not. And then you got Richard over here who is constantly talking about how. The OA is never sold, and it's safe and secure. It's a double safe, and like, for the love of God, people, like, dude, I just can't, like, if I were an investor and ETH guy and you just told me that Vitalik just dumped on my shit, bro, I'm taking a couple steps back and I'm evaluating my situation. And I would hope that those people that would do the same.
Dude, the XRP tells them every month they're dumping on them. Tells them, like, this is how much I'm dumping on you. And like, who's the Litecoin shit stick? He freaking dumped on everybody too at the top. He's disappeared completely off the freaking map,
Dude, what do you think is in store for guys like Do Kwon, Mashinsky? Like what the fuck, man? Like I'll say this much. Those guys better be glad this shit has gone down now and not in like 15, 20 years. When the government does have a hand in this shit and they are keeping their eyes on a lot of this shit,
well, they're watching the shit out of it right now, and they're getting closer to passing legislation. So this last little round that they threw out was to come at DeFi. So they wanted to come at DeFi, come at MetaMask wallets. So any self-custody wallets, they wanted to start, trying to monitor and make you, report them and all that kind of stuff. So they're going in that direction. That's where legislation's going. They're trying anyway. And you can just tell that that's the moneyed interest spending money to get legislation wrote, because again, the government people, they don't know how crypto operates. So this is obviously the exchanges, the banks and all them and the founders of other cryptos coming together to come at DeFi. And now I think we're dodging a bullet right now, because I don't see any legislation being slammed in come this election season. It looks like they said, fuck it. We don't have any time to focus. We all got to try and get reelected. We're not going to die on that hill this time. We don't know where the public sentiment really is about crypto. So we don't want to die on that hill, because they don't want to make any mistakes at election time, because they're all trying to get their jobs back or new jobs or whatever. So I think we're dodging a bullet here. And then, so we might have another couple year reprieve before they start to create legislation. So it's been my plight to go out. And I went to DC just a few weeks ago to go out there and start feeling out what's going on, put my finger on the pulse of what's happening out there. And it's a lot of cluelessness. It's a lot of exchanges putting money in the game and legislation being wrote against DeFi. And if we don't stand up, if the Hexkin community and other communities in DeFi don't stand up and start, going at this shit and putting money into it ourselves and putting the work in, then, we're going to get legislated into a corner, and it's not going to be good in the next couple of years. So it's time to get active. It really is time to get active politically. And I hate it. I hate politics, and I hate the slimy ass sons of bitches that are involved in it. But you know what? For this, I'll do it. For this, I'll go out there and be passionate and speak the truth to power and say, hey, you know what? This is a revolution, and revolution is may not be televised, but the motherfucker is going to be streamed, and we're going to tell people what this is all about, and we're going to try and get public sentiment on our side, so that we can keep crypto as it is or make it better. Because if they get their hands on it, they're going to fuck it up for us, man.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. And my just general golden rule for myself is like, if I'm going to evaluate whether I'm going to support something or someone in regards to crypto, if that person or entity is not contributing and trustless, which basically that leaves me, Hex, you know, but like, if they're not truly contributing and participating, if they're not a contributor, a positive contributor, or participating in some regard, they're out. They got bad intentions, bro. And you can't sit here and tell the government, when the government says they're here to save you, they're there to do the polar opposite. I don't need fucking mommy and daddy. I'm a grown man. I can wipe my own ass and make my own decisions. And you know, it's pretty wild, man, the way that, you know, everything's going. But I know that right now, you know, for the time being, I mean, I'm sure we'll look back at this stream maybe in 10 or 12 years. So I'll just say it during this time, soak it up, you know, and like enjoy these wild fucking rides that we're on right now, you know, like this PulseX and Pulse Sacrifice, man, that shit is like, we're going to look back on this stuff, dude, in years and be like, what in the hell? Like, and be like, yo, we were at the beginning of that. And it's that's why I'm so passionate about this stuff, is because like whenever I was just like running and gunning and touring and buying Bitcoin, I remember I just had that feeling. I was like, dude, this is something special. This is something really special. And I always trust my gut, you know, and like, sure enough, man, that Bitcoin really, really helped me out. I'll be honest with you. At the time, it served me great, and it's not my cup of tea, and I wouldn't, you know, suggest it for anybody else. But now, but man, like, dude, it completely changed everything for me, and I have that same feeling now, man, with this PulseChain shit coming on. I'm like that same little gut feeling where I'm like, yo, this is gonna change the world. Like,
yeah, I mean, forget the gut feeling. I'm living proof that happened. You know, I mean, we went into Hex at, you know, FUD. Everything was, it's a scam. Richard's a fucking douchebag. Richard's going to rob you guys. You're going to see, wait until next month, have fun staying poor, all that stuff. They came at us hard, man, hard. And sitting where I'm at today, looking at my bank account and going, it's a trip.
That's so wild.
It is a trip.
I love it.
Happened,
I love it.
What we did, and to be part of it like this, you know, making a movie about Hex with Richard, and I mean, it's surreal what has happened, and it's just going to get better. It's just going to get better because we know what he's done and we know what he's doing, and we saw that he's got a track record of making good stuff and making it happen, and we know what's coming. We asked for it. We wanted PulseChain. We wanted PulseX. And we know what it is, and we know what Hex is, and we're the ones reaping the benefit of it. And the whole freaking crypto space is still so confused and still living like in the days before. They're looking at articles that were wrote before Hex launched, and Hex has been out for 2.5 years.
It's so wild.
Mind blowing.
That is just like, even as not an OG, that's mind blowing to me. Like, it's like it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's probably a fucking duck, man. And so like it Hex, it works. It's great. It's wonderful. Nobody's heads are getting dumped on, and everything's all dandy. It like walks like a duck, quacks like it's a damn Hex.
It's like so they think that Richard's gonna run off with this OA money, right? And it hasn't been touched, and the man has $9 million worth of cars, like another $9 million worth of freaking watches. Like,
Oh,
does
and-
whatever he wants. He's retired. He's
and
building cryptos and putting them in people's faces. And he's like, what do I got to do? Look, I wear $50,000 worth of clothes. I got millions of dollars worth of cars and watches and all this stupid stuff. I'm proving to you guys, I don't need the money. I don't need this stuff I have here. I don't want it. I just do it so you guys will all shut up.
Right. Exactly.
I'm not running with the money. I'm good, guys. I'm good.
And you know what's crazy?
I just want to change the world.
It is, you know, I had a meeting with one of my clients. I had a meeting with their CEO in a private setting, and they do, you know, they're big, multi-hundreds of millions of dollars yearly annual company. And if I told you, you know, I'm under an NDA, but dude, I was able to sit down and be like, yo, check out this Richard Hart guy, you know? And I told him a little bit about Hex and this. He comes right back. Dude, that guy's crazy, but I kind of love it. I'm way on board. And I just like think to myself, I'm like, how can you hate on the dude? Because all you gotta do is a little bit of research. Like if you're on YouTube and the end of the video goes and there's like a suggested one and he looks a little older in it, click on it just to get so, you know what I mean? Like a little two sides of the story there. But nah, man, it's like, and also everybody, you know, I see the comments and people being like, whoa, yeah, Richard's got all this money and how come he doesn't donate to charity? Oh, well, there you go. You tell me you haven't done any research without telling me you haven't done any research. You know, it's like, and, you know, and also let's say this is something that here's a red pill for a lot of people. Let's play pretend like Richard did not donate to charity. Okay. And let's pretend like he came out with Hex and he's making really, let's just play pretend. This is all imaginary. Let's play pretend like Richard is making bank off of his profits from Hex, right? Dude, fuck you if you think he doesn't deserve that because he built it. He spent the time, and at my business, if we're doing well, and if I want to go purchase something nice for myself, what you didn't see was me up at 6 a.m. and staying up till 3 a.m. on Microsoft Excel at 3 a.m. on this little bitty computer teaching myself how to do what I do now at a multi-million dollar company. You know, it's like, so I don't hop on board with that whole like profit and like rich shaming someone thing. Yeah. Dude, I'm the guy over here being like, hell yes, like keep doing it. Do your thing, bro. Like you earned it. You earned it. And I guess I just don't have a jealous bone in my body. I'm not a jealous individual. I love seeing my friends thrive, dude. I fucking love it, man. And if you can be a part of a community like Hex or PulseChain, and especially when PulseChain launches, dude, if you're in this community, you're going to be celebrating alongside your homies being like, just fucking mind blown, you know? And it's the sickest thing. You can do it together. Like you're a vet. Like, dude, when you know, I tell people all the time, like touring in a professional rock band, I didn't serve. I wanted to be a Marine so bad, dude. And I wasn't able to do it. It's a long thing. And then I ended up getting signed to a record label 3 weeks after I met with the recruiter. So it was nuts. But one thing I learned from being in a rock band is that being in a rock band is like marriage without the sex. You know, you gotta be super, super close. And you're gonna go through these hills and these valleys with your homies, and you're gonna know every single thing there is about completely different light than what thousands, if not millions of people are gonna see this person in. You know, and like, and you got 4 other dudes and you're going through life doing it, man, together every single day. And I'm excited to witness that journey, man, with a lot of these folks like in PulseChain and PulseX. And I'm in Puerto Rico. Obviously this is a tax haven, you know, for folks like myself and a few of the Hex guys on the island. And dude, I'm stoked to go through this journey with those guys, man. I mean, I'm so blessed, dude, to be able to be around some like, to not just like, thank God, I told him the other day, like Motley, you know, and Wendy's for 10. I told him, I was like, dude, thank God you guys aren't weird, man. I was really, I was kind of nervous, man. I was gonna join this community, and it was meant to be a fucking weirdos, like, you know, like it's gonna be so cool.
There are some.
There are. I'm pumped, man, to go through this journey with some people that you know, I'm gonna be able to make some memories, man. You remember that, dude? You remember that? Because I see you guys, you true the OG Hex guys, you know, talking about like you know, a 90% dip, like we eat that shit for breakfast, you know, like it's crazy, man.
The amount of money I've lost in this dip is like people would be jumping out of a 5-story window if they've lost as much money as I've lost. And I'm not sweating it one little bit because I know it comes back. We know it comes back. We've seen this throughout the years. We've seen dips, pumps, and they're nothing new. As long as you don't sell, as long as you don't buy tops and sell bottoms, you're good. You know, you're good. And just dollar cost in and sit back and watch. And especially with Hex, you get to sit back and watch anyway because you can stake out. Yeah. And that's what, you know, most Hexicans are doing is using that staking function to, you know, make their gains. And there's no stress in that because until you're ready to, you know, start cashing out, you ain't got to worry about it. It just sits there and you just and right now we're making more Hex per day than we've ever made.
Straight up, those t-shirts are paying, dude.
T-shirts are paying out. And, you know, as long as you're not selling that Hex right now, that stuff's, you know, when that stuff's 50 cents, $1, $1.50, $2, $5, it's going to be like, wow, that was all that interest just turned into big money, big money.
It's pretty wild. Like Richard said, you know, what did he say? If what's 10 cents on the way to 100 or something like that? It's like,
it's 10 cents on the way to $100.
You know, it's so true. So true. It's wild. But what do you expect just in general, man? I mean, I not really what do you expect rather, but like, I guess with this PulseChain thing, I mean, I'm not joking, man. I've got even just friends that don't know much about crypto who know enough to whatever. And when you explain PulseChain to them, they're like, so you basically what you're telling me is this is going to be a global phenomenon. I'm like, yeah, basically, you know. So, and I think that the sentiment obviously is it's going to do well. You know, I'm sure it's going to do great. Well, no one knows. You know, not financial advice, all that fun stuff. But no, man, I've had the realization recently that I'm like, wow, man, for like a 5 to 10 year plan, if someone's looking for a safe 5 to 10 year plan. You know, PulseChain is a fantastic one, and it, you know, or you know, if you're looking into single-sided staking whenever it's available, you know what I mean, all that kind of stuff, whatever. But man, this thing is gonna rip. It's like, I don't know, man. I get giggly when I think about it because I've been a part of other coins that have ran, you know, and it was a cool feeling, you know, nothing like what you guys did in freaking Hex.
Yeah.
You guys are freaking like, dude, you guys are tried and true, just weathered, beaten, battered, like
we're some beat up dudes, that's for sure, man. I mean, we've been through battle, that's for sure. We are all the Hexkins in that chat room right now. I see them all Motley and everybody. I mean, we earned our stripes, man, that's for sure. But you know, my kind of prediction for what I'm seeing coming now, market sentiment is everything, and global market sentiment seems to be a big adjuster right now. I don't know if we're going to see another big dip like Richard's calling for. Probably, knowing his track record, we're probably going to see 11K Bitcoin. And all I can see that doing is creating a vortex, a swirling vortex of all of crypto and sucking Hex down into it a little bit. Unless PulseChain launches and it creates so much excitement and so much movement that people are getting out of crypto and moving into Hex, which I'm calling something completely different. It's not really even crypto anymore. It's going to be so differentiated from everything once PulseChain comes out. Now Hex gets its legs when PulseChain comes out. Right. Like Hex hasn't even like stepped on the gas yet, because with PulseChain, it's just got freedom to run and do what it's supposed to do. That's when Hex is really going to shine, is when it's on PulseChain. And so I think that we're going to see a steady rise in Hex and a nice, leveling off as these things come out and pump, because I know PulseX is going to pump. It's going to be the shiny object on the hill. People are going to just go all over it. because it's got so many cool functions in it that these other dexes are tempting to do, but they're just not getting it right. Richard just nailed it. I mean, I've been on the test net going, this is freaking phenomenal. This thing is awesome. People are going to love this. So I think that's the shiny object. And we might see a 10 to 25x right off the bat. And I think PulseChain is maybe going to see a 4 to 10x right off the bat. And then, like all things that launch, like all things that pump like that, you're going to see a dip. And we'll more than likely see a dip right after those pumps. And of course my numbers can be way, way off. This is just my thoughts and from what I've seen. And then after they do dump, we'll see a long retracement back up and maybe a couple of year, rise. That's my thoughts and what I'm seeing and what I'm looking at.
I think that's really good. I mean, it's pretty dead on. Honestly, like, one thing that is true is that we can all agree on is the beginning of charts. Usually there's that big dip, right? It just kind of launched, runs, it dips, then it finds, the price discovery or whatever you want to call it. So, but yeah, man, I don't know, man. I was hanging out with with the boys at Molly and Tendies. They were at the house. We were watching UFC and we were all hanging in the pool. And dude, I'll say it, man. You ever want a good time? Just talk Pulse X and PulseChain with Wendy's for Tendies, John. Dude, that fool, he's the ultimate DJ, man. I love it. He's just I got so many plans, dude. I got so many plans. I know the bubble. Just you can see his brain just turning. And he blew my mind the other day with just our conversation. All of us, we were all hanging in the pool, and me and John were talking. Dude's got some really cool theories on what might happen or could happen. It was so cool, man. So yeah, but speaking positively about the community, dude, this community is like welcomed me with open arms, man. And I come on, man. You can't put a price tag on that. That's freaking cool, dude. I've had you guys reach out to me to check how I'm doing. Homies, we're like right now, if me and you were just shooting the shit, you want to go get tattooed or ride motorcycles or just go to this freaking grocery store. I feel like I could do that. That's a cool ass thing, man. So.
Yeah, we've got a great community. It's always been strong, and we've probably had more large meetups than any community out there in crypto. I mean, we meet as a community. We don't meet as like a Bitcoin conference. We meet as Hexkins. Right. We go out and we meet and we have big gatherings, and it's freaking all of our Vegas trips have been phenomenal. Just like this PulseCon thing is going to be phenomenal. I mean, I know a lot of people are going there just to go there and be with everybody. And it's going to be a big Hexkin event. I mean, it's going to be monstrous.
I wish I could be there, man. I gotta serve my time on the island. So.
Oh, yeah, you can look. Vacation time is island time.
Is it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, vacation time is island time.
Okay. All right.
As long as you're not living somewhere else. If you're going somewhere else to live, that's island time. Look it up, because I was doing my research.
I was under the assumption, I haven't done a ton of. I mean, I just dabbled like here and there. I use a third party service, so I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I cut the check and kind of went, cool, man. Yeah. But yeah, my understanding was that I was supposed to be on the island, because there's 100. The day I got here, there was like 162 days left, and there's another year, but they're prorating or whatever. They're granting my time spent here, vacationing and stuff like that and visiting. So I don't know, man. If I can be there, I will. PulseCon sounds rad.
I think you can, man. I think you should be there. It's Vegas, baby. It's Vegas.
I'll see if some of these Hex kids on this island let me borrow their jet.
Right on.
There are some Hex kids on this island.
Oh yeah, there you got some. I almost went there. But Mama said no. She said, not dragging my 6-year-old.
Everybody's story is different, when you got wife and kids involved. Yeah. Different. Yeah, I thankfully I got a killer girlfriend. Her name's Olivia, and we've been together. I've got my dog, and she's got her dog, and we're doing our thing, you know. We're just really
cool.
really like we want to travel a little bit. We want to do our thing, and before we're, you know, so we know, we talk about it. We're like, yo, we got the hook up right now. Like, let's not fuck this up. You know, like,
yeah, my wife's biggest fear, I think, was our teenage daughter. She's like, she's gonna go there, she's gonna fall in love with these guys, and we're never gonna see her again. You know, and you take off,
dude,
and she's gonna come back to the States.
I don't know how you do it, teenage daughters. Yo, real time. My buddy, so my two you know, best friends, you know, or whatever, Head, and then Jason, my other buddy, they both have teenage daughters now. And I'm like, bro, and I've witnessed those girls I mean, since they were babies, dude. And then like, they're like teenagers. I'm sorry, like, it happens to every human being, right? That procreates. Like, we can talk about this 1,000 times over, but it is the truth. It's so freaking weird, dude. Like, I remember Head's daughter, dude. I remember being on the bus, homeschooling Janaea, his daughter, like on the bus while he's in there freaking jamming, you know, and like we're like talking, you know, with the flashcards and all that, and just dude, it was wild. And now she's like a grown woman, and like,
yeah, it's messed up. I don't know why that has to happen. Like,
yeah, it's kind of sad. Same thing with pets, dude. Pets need to live as long as we live.
Yeah, they should. Yeah,
I'm
tired of burying them, dude. I'm tired of burying them. And then every time I bury one and I say, I am never going to go through this again. And now what do I got? I got 2 more, you know? And I'm like, oh man,
as long as it's dogs, I'm not much of a cat guy. So.
Yeah, no. I can't do. I'm allergic, deathly allergic anyway. So that's good. I don't have to hate anything. Just I'm allergic to them. So I don't have them around. All right, my brother. Well, man, it's been an hour. Trevor, thanks so much for coming on, man. And we'll get you on again. This was cool.
Bro, it's a pleasure. And for those watching, we did try and get Head on here to surprise everyone. There's a lot of corn Hexagon fans, Hexagon corn fans out there, and I think it'd be cool, man. I'm gonna set it up, so I'm getting. Cool. I can probably publicly talk about it, but I want to, you know, we talked about him and Richard getting together, you know, and definitely him and you, now that you guys have mutual friends or connections or whatever, dude. You and him are gonna hit it off great, dude. So I can't wait to get him more involved, just as a friend, obviously, but you know, just looking out for my homie, you know, getting him involved with a good crew of people, man. So he loves it. So, and I got tons of other friends I'm getting involved too. I'm not just the corn guy, y'all. So, but dude, thank you for having me, man. I genuinely mean it, brother. Thank you.
Right on, bro. Have a good one. All right, everybody. We'll see you on the FN Hangout. Thanks, Trevor. Catch you later, bro.
All right, peace.